20 years of promises finally come due today.
5 minutes left. Once the ceremony ends, you are trapped for life.
Olivia, step back. Today is Evelyn's and my engagement ceremony.
You two only have a contract, not a future. You know you do not want this. You do love me, don't you? Looks like your body is more honest than your mouth.
Stop pretending, Evelyn. Julian does not love you. He loves me. This engagement is a cold cage to him. How can you live with forcing him into it?
But isn't Olivia Westman engaged to that big shot? She is involved with another man and still has the nerve to crash an engagement? This is huge. Shoot it just paid off.
I only want to marry the man I love. Julian is kind, considerate, and understanding. Evelyn, let us be together. As for Nathan Sterling, yes, we had an engagement, but there was never anything between us. Believe me, I can count the times I have met him on one hand. That rigid, cold, humorless iceberg of a man would make any wife live like a widow. I could not stand it for a second. I am not marrying that boring machine.
Evelyn, something major happened. I just picked up this rush DNA report from the hospital. You have no blood relation to the Carters. You are the Witzman family's rightful biological daughter. Olivia Witzman is the Carters' biological daughter.
How is that possible? There has to be a mistake. I am my parents' real daughter. These reports are officially certified by the hospital, and I am putting my career on the line for them. They are real. If you do not believe me, check them yourself. Then Julian and I are legitimate, aren't we? I am the Carters' biological daughter.
How could this happen? I always thought this was my home. Everything I held on to for 27 years is gone.
Impossible. Olivia is my biological daughter? The child I loved and favored for 27 years was mine all along?
So this is the child tied to me by blood. No wonder I always doted on her. No wonder Evelyn never felt close to me. The mistake lasted 27 years, and yes, the identities must be corrected today. But Olivia is my flesh and blood. She is soft-hearted and innocent. She could never withstand the Sterling family's cold rules and crushing pressure. Evelyn is a Whitman child who grew up in my home, and she has always known the rules. She has been steady, tolerant, and resilient since childhood. She can handle an elite family's rules. She and Nathan are the proper match. That is the most reasonable arrangement.
I followed the rules for 20 years and carried this engagement for 20 years. Today, my engagement ceremony was destroyed in public. Since our identities are being restored and our families reset, every mismatched promise is cleared. The gentle future you schemed for and wanted so badly, I will give it to you. Return to the Carters and marry Julia. The engagement you despised and ran from, I will take it. I return as the Whitman's rightful daughter, and I will marry Nathan Sterling.
The families are restored and the engagement is reset. I accept her choice. From today on, the old arrangement is void. Evelyn Carter is my only fiancée.
Are you sure about this? Locking in an engagement with Nathan in public is not some angry joke. This is the Sterling family. Their rules are brutal.
I am not acting out of spite. Julian's warmth is too cheap. Anyone can have it. I do not want it anymore.
But you hated Nathan's cold, rigid manner before. Olivia could not run from that cage fast enough, and now you're stepping into it willingly? Is it worth it?
He is cold and rule-bound, but he is fair, principled, and strong enough to protect me. More than fake tenderness, I want the security that no one can bully me.
I am just afraid you will wrong yourself by marrying into a cold transaction just to spite Olivia and beat her.
It is not wronging myself. It is a rebirth. From now on, I am the Whitman daughter and Nathan's fiancée. I am no longer the adopted daughter anyone can favor over and push around. Okay, I trust you. Whatever you choose, I am always on your side. Olivia wants to live off the affection she stole. I will be watching. Sooner or later, she will show herself. Mr. Sterling, Miss Carter, this is your prenuptial engagement agreement. Every clause has been drafted to the Sterling family's highest standard. A textbook Sterling transaction.
You chose me in public last night, and I am willing to help you. But you understand what this is. We are only in a contract marriage. I can give you money and status. Do not expect anything else.
I know exactly where I stand, and I do not need anything else. The title of contract wife suits me, It gives me dignity and keeps people from touching me. You give me the footing to stand firm, and I help you stop the family pressure and block anyone with bad intentions. This contract works. I will honor it. From this moment on, I am your fiancé in name, and I will keep every term.
File it, effective immediately.
Yes, sir.
I am curious. Last night, you gave up a stable engagement of 20 years and chose to step into the cold cage everyone else avoided. Was that impulse or did you plan it?
Neither. I simply refuse to keep holding on to someone who drains me and betrays his word. Julian's tenderness is too cheap. Anyone can take it. Your contract is harsh and a little inhuman, but it is fair, protective, and principled. What I want has never been favoritism. I want absolute respect and stability.
Remember what you said today. Once you enter the Sterling family, you follow our agreement. If you keep the terms, I will protect your status for the full year. If you cross the line, I will not indulge you.
I do not cross lines. I stay true to myself.
Now everything is settled. Identities restored, engagements aligned. Olivia, you were always meant to marry someone gentle and considerate. You should not have to suffer that cold, lonely life.
Thank you, Mom. I feel safer staying by your side.
Julian, why don't you look happy? We can finally be together openly. Aren't you glad?
No, I am happy.
Even if I marry the better man, Evelyn now holds the kind of top-leave status I can never reach. Overnight, your identity was overturned and your engagement reset. Yet you never complained to us once. I am not suffering. Compared with fake favorinship, real dignity is far more reliable.
Nathan is so cold by nature. I am afraid married life with him will be hard for you.
I do not live off marriage. I rely on myself. The Sterling rules may be cold, but they are fair.
Aren't you afraid this transactional marriage will trap you in the end?
I have never feared cages. I only fear giving my heart to the wrong person and losing my dignity. Now I risk neither. That is the best ending. Miss Collins, as your attorney, my job is to carry out the divorce filing you entrusted. If you regret it, once this case is over, you can discuss remarriage with Mr. Brooks again.
Busy lately? This marriage happened fast, but I still want us to make it work.
Okay. The day after signing the agreement, we got our marriage license. If I am not pulling an all-nighter, I do not call it busy.
Long day.
Not too bad. I still need to get used to the way my new husband talks after years of being the boss.
Tomorrow is your family visit. Are we going to the Whitmans or the Carters?
The Whitmans.
Okay. Do you want to stop by the Carters too?
No. Before the wedding, my adoptive mother made it very clear. Unless there is a reason, I should not show up at the Carters' house. She does not want her biological daughter, Olivia, upset.
Okay. I'll have my assistant move tomorrow morning's meeting.
I have a court hearing in the morning. I won't be free until the afternoon.
Then we'll go for dinner. I'll pick you up at Harrington and Law at 5 tomorrow.
Our offices are too far apart. You don't need to make the detour. I can get there myself.
Okay.
Are you going to sleep?
Turn off the light.
What we skipped on our wedding night has to be made up eventually, right? Do you want to? Do you want to?
Are you in the mood?
No.
Neither am I.
Then let's talk about it tomorrow.
Okay. This marriage happened fast. We do not really have an emotional foundation yet. So for now...
This is a marriage of convenience, so he has no interest in me and doesn't want to touch me. Is that what he means?
We just got married. When it comes to intimacy, I want to respect her feelings and wait until she is comfortable with me as her husband before I make a move.
I understand what you mean.
Good. As long as you understand. We just got married. When it comes to intimacy, I want to respect her feelings and wait until she is comfortable with me as her husband before I make a move.
I understand what you mean.
Good. As long as you understand.
Didn't he say even a rushed marriage should be taken seriously? And now this? No emotional foundation with me?
Doesn't want to? Am I supposed to spend my whole life looking but never touching? Fine. A buttoned-up old-school man like him would think two people need to be in love before sharing a bed. A marriage of convenience like ours probably never crossed his mind.
Good night.
Good night. Ma'am, this is the wedding ring Mr. Sterling chose for you. If you visit your family without a ring, people may misunderstand your marriage. Your boss is thoughtful. He may not love or touch his new wife yet, and emotional reassurance is not his strength, but he definitely knows how to provide. Mr. Sterling said a larger stone would be inconvenient for work, so he chose a smaller one himself. He'll buy a new one for the wedding. The diamond may be small, but it's a fancy, intense, natural purple diamond. 1 carat, 8 figures. Did your boss really choose it himself? Of course. Mr. Sterling is usually a little busy, so I bought this on his behalf. I'm not trying to make things hard for you. The ring is beautiful. I love it. Coffee's on me sometime. Thank you, ma'am. Nathan Sterling is corporate to the bone for a man his age. I knew he didn't suddenly grow a romantic sprake and personally picked a ring for his new wife.
Evie, you're here. Have a seat.
Olivia didn't know you were coming this afternoon. That's why you ran into each other.
You raised her. Of course she can come whenever she wants.
Exactly. Just because you're an outsider, my sister has to make an appointment to come home?
Evie is your sister too.
Olivia is the only sister I'll ever have. She will always be an outsider.
You brat. Go upstairs. We don't need you here.
Fine, I'm leaving. As if I wanted to stay.
Evie, don't be upset.
Yes. Your brother is immature. No one here sees you as an outsider.
I know they want to make it up to me, but Olivia lived in this family for 27 years. One is the daughter they raised and spoiled right in front of them, and the other is a biological daughter with no shared memories. Lucas calling me an outsider isn't exactly wrong. Dad, Mom, I don't mind.
It is almost late fall. Aren't you cold in that?
I'm fine. I don't get cold easily.
It's cold enough to make you sick. You should wear more layers. You shouldn't let yourself freeze.
Got it.
I don't have your clothes at home yet, so let's get Olivia's first. Bring me my clothes.
Okay.
Wear mine.
Thanks.
Seeing you two so close puts me at ease.
Yes, he chose it for me personally.
Evelyn is in court all the time. Something smaller is easier for work.
Although Nathan is serious and strict by nature, he's always very considerate. Evelyn truly has good fortune. You're also fortunate to have married the person you truly wanted. When the two families initially agreed to exchange their children, both Evie and Olivia were already engaged. When the two families initially agreed to exchange their children, both Evie and Olivia were already engaged. Evie had been friends since childhood with Julian Hayes, while Olivia had known Nathan Sterling well from a young age. We never intended for them to swap their fiancés. It was Olivia who first expressed her desire to marry Julian, asking Evie to fulfill her 5-year secret crush.
What brings you two to your in-laws' house today? Olivia said she missed her parents. That is not appropriate. Next time, choose a different day. You are the elder here, and I am the younger generation, so maybe it is not my place to say this, but Evelyn is my wife. I will not stand by and watch her be wronged.
He is actually standing up for me.
You and the Carters agreed that even after the children were switched back, both families would still stay in contact. But there still need to be boundaries between a biological daughter and an adopted daughter.
But Evelyn just said she did not mind.
She may let it go once, but if this keeps happening, it starts to look intentional. When Olivia made her family visit, Evelyn did not go to the Carters and make things awkward for her, did she? But today is Evelyn's family visit, and you two arrived first, laughing with the family as if nothing were wrong. Where does that leave Evelyn? Are you trying to make her feel like she does not belong here, like she came too late to matter?
That is CEO Sterling for you, famously stern and old school in Manhattan high society. Even with the girl he grew up with, he does not hold back.
We were in the wrong. I did not know today was Evelyn's family visit. If I had known, I would not have brought Olivia.
Sorry, I didn't think about it that much. Why doesn't he speak up for me like Nathan Sterling did for Evelyn Carter? I'm his wife. Was it really because he felt I had done something wrong, or did he still have feelings for Evelyn Carter and felt compelled to speak up for her?
You really enjoy this chicken soup with pork tried. I made it today. Please help Mom taste it later and let me know if there's anything that could be improved.
Okay. Mom, I'll help you. Mom, now that Evelyn is back, do you not love me anymore?
Silly girl, what taught you all about me on this?
Nathan Sterling has another meeting tonight, so we won't stay longer.
I'm not actually that busy.
No, you're busy.
Well, I'm busy.
Well, then let's go back first. Don't delay your work.
Mom and Dad, we're leaving now.
Evie still has some reservations about us. She doesn't even want us to stay longer.
That's because she could tell right away whether the water in the bowl was level or not.
Put it on, there's wind.
Return it to me when you get home.
I was just inside. Thank you.
We are married, so I have a duty to protect you.
This newlywed husband has a strong sense of responsibility.
On the day we got our marriage license, we made it clear that even if it was a rushed marriage, we would still live a fulfilling life together.
I remember that.
If you really want to express your gratitude, feel free to treat me to a meal. It'll also help us build a closer relationship.
When to date?
Yes.
At present, he truly is an excellent husband. Whether it's his recent efforts to maintain the relationship or his proactive initiative to go on dates. Unfortunately, he's inherently rigid by nature. That approach everything those overly meticulous, even extending to matter of marriage.
Don't you want to?
I will arrange a time with Grace Miller for you.
No need to make an appointment with the secretary. Just send me a message directly. I'm not busy enough to not even have time to respond to my wife's messages.
Okay. While it was clear that Nathan Sterling spoke to me with utmost gentleness, there were still occasional traces of the authority and characteristic of someone in a higher position. Perhaps such a rigid, outdated approach to bedmaking is as bland as plain water.
The wedding ring wasn't chosen by me.
I know.
Next time, I'll definitely choose it myself. It's all messed up. Now it's all
Apart
good.
from those who are simply unable to marry, choosing a steady and experienced old-back man seems like a good option. My life with Nathan Sterling gradually unfolded and adapted through our mutual cooperation.
Good night.
However, I never brought up again that crucial matter between spouses. Perhaps once we become more familiar with each other, his conservative mentality might soften, and he'd embrace me as a newlywed wife. We both have the habit of morning jogging, but each time I wash up in the master bedroom suite while he stays in the second bedroom. But today the water supply in the secondary bedroom broke down, and when he came in, he saw a completely different version of me. Who can save me? Nathan Sterling, a buttoned-up old-school man who always fastens every shirt button to the very top, might think I'm a frivolous woman seeing me dressed like this.
The shower in the second bedroom is broken.
Oh.
I thought you would have finished washing by the time you came in after 30 minutes.
Girls take a bit longer to shower.
Then I'll go wash up first.
Nathan Sterling's physique? Well, truly impressive. No, he just saw it. Looking like this, and he had no reaction? Not even a flicker? What's going on? Could it be he can't fail, right? That's really a pity. It looks great, but isn't practical at all. Is it because of getting older? Yes, he's already 30 this year. I've heard that Nemens to century often begin wheedling overwhelmed by overwhelmed as challenge. No wonder he said he didn't want to do it, using lack of Geisha-Geistry as excuse. So this is what the truth really is. A man as rigid and serious as he would surely embarrass to admit that he's not capable. Not so. Should I secretly give him some supplements?
Respect her. Do not look at her inappropriately. You. How much longer does it take? Is everything okay?
No, it's okay. I'll get you a glass of water.
I've only seen goji berries placed in my grandfather's cup. What does that mean?
You're 30 years old now, so you should drink more goji tea.
What does that mean? It specifically emphasized that I'm 30 years. Is it that you think I'm too old?
With daily supplementation, the body can always be properly nourished.
I have a business trip tomorrow and won't be at home for a short period of time.
So sudden. What time exactly?
3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay. Make sure to check the local weather and bring appropriate clothing.
The same goes for you. When I'm not around, make sure to eat on time. Don't rely on instant noodles just because you're working overnight.
Got it. Even when you're on a business trip, don't forget to drink to goji tea.
Okay.
So I'm going to work.
Mark Lewis, do I look very old?
The CEO is at the peak of his prime. How could he possibly grow old? A man's best years are around 30.
Is that so?
Yes.
So why did she keep insisting that I drink goji tea?
CEO, are you going now?
Come on.
Before late autumn arrived, Nathan Sterling went on a business trip. The 3 months spent together filled me with a sense of longing for parting.
I don't know if he drank the goji tea I properly.
It's beautiful. It's already 2 a.m. here.
The boss actually slacked off during a meeting by chatting on WeChat, and he even laughed?
I don't even know from whom I learned this. It's even a gift given during business trips. Counselor Carter, newly med life treating you well? Not too bad. We're very busy with work, but we're just an ordinary couple. I heard CEO Sterling has been on a business trip recently. Does he receive a daily call at dawn and walk to check on his well-being? Given your busy schedules, this hasn't affected your marital life, has it? No.
We never had any marital intimacy at all. In bed, he was utterly disciplined, as if he was striving to take a vow of celibacy. And besides, he simply wasn't cut out for that.
You damn prat. Even my personal secrets are something you want to dig up. I am just looking out for your married life. A woman should not shortchange herself.
Nathan Sterling is a veteran official. Apart, he holds no personal desires or expectations towards me whatsoever.
By the way, here's a wedding gift that a customer specially sent you.
Which customer?
Mrs. Harper, the one who sells health products.
So this is...
Exactly. I don't think we'll run out of that in a few years, right? How is that possible? You and Mr. Sterling meet every morning, afternoon, and evening. You'll quickly get to the bottom of things. You're like a cow owned by a landowner. Cows get half a day off after plowing the fields. Whee!
Besides, given our current situation, we probably won't need it until next year.
Miss Harper said this box has every size except small and extra small, so you two can take your time trying them, but if none of these sizes fit, then choose a better fitting man. A woman should not settle. You can only send messages. Hey, what are you doing? Counselor Carter, a little distance makes newlyweds reckless. If Mr. Sterling sees this photo, I guarantee he will fly back immediately and pounce on you. What? You!
What is she trying to say? Do you want to?
I am not.
If you need it, I'm happy to assist.
Let me explain.
See you tomorrow night.
Hang up! Oh no, it's a huge misunderstanding!
Sorry, Counselor Carter, I am getting out of here. It can't be removed anymore. Now I'm completely ruined. Nathan Sterling thought that I was using the gift shake as a hint to him, but he really wasn't up to it, yet he still had to respond to me. What should I do? Should I explain that the photo wasn't posted by me? Nathan Sterling is such a rigid old school person. Could he really misunderstand that I'm not serious and spend all my time thinking about that one thing? It's all about that girl, Chloe Reed. No way, anyone with common sense wouldn't believe that. I certainly don't want any old school man's perception of me to change negatively and affect my marriage.
It turned out she had already accepted me as her newlywed husband, so openly, even. This is our first time, and I can't let her down. After all, she had prepared such a large box.
Well, I'll explain it to him in person when he comes back.
It's been half an hour since she started typing. What exactly does she want to say? Half an hour of typing, and all I get is okay?
How did he get home so quickly?
How did you end up with so many of them?
This was given to me by one of the involved parties. I'll deal with it later.
Let me do it.
There's trash downstairs. Where are you going?
Put it on the shelf. I'll need it soon.
Oh? No, wasn't I supposed to explain the photo? Is he really going to do this? Can he do this? At times like these, which is more effective, soaking in goji berries or drinking alcohol? It's already 11 o'clock. Hasn't Nathan Sterling's meeting ended yet? So tonight... Is it over?
I'll go take a shower first.
Okay.
Is the book really that good?
I came across an interesting case and became quite fascinated by it.
Do you want to continue watching?
I'm not that insensitive. Should I have some red wine? I mean, if he doesn't drink to enhance the atmosphere. Is that acceptable?
It's up to you.
This wine tastes quite good. I hope it can serve a different purpose. Who would have thought that the traditionally reserved Nathan Sterling would play such a trick? You.
Do you want to touch it, or do you want to look at it?
Both want it.
So you'll do it yourself.
Nathan Sterling lay on the bed, looking almost like a completely different person.
Wait a minute. Now.
Last night. How could Nathan Sterling actually use up all 6 items in the entire box? It turns out I misunderstood him. I'm looking for something. What do I even need to say this again?
What are you looking for after using it all up?
No. Awkward. The second he gets out of bed, he turns back in that almost unnervingly proper old school man.
Are you experiencing any physical comfort? Last night, I didn't quite strike the right balance. Was it a bit excessive?
Did you know? That's 6 bottles of alcohol. I didn't go to bed until 5 p.m. Not bad.
Should I go for a morning jog?
He did that on purpose. After a whole night of that, who could still run?
Then don't run. Get plenty of rest.
I believe we're still young and have plenty of time ahead. It's not the right time to indulge in excessive pleasures.
I will restrain myself.
I don't think you're someone who indulges in excessive pleasure either.
Last night, I just felt that since the box was already opened, I might as well use it all up.
So you have OCD?
It's not clear, but I think it's 6 drinks per night. It's not that much, is it?
He's not incapable. He's too capable. Marriage requires nurturing. Couples who enter into a rushed marriage should spend more time together, proactively arrange dates with their partner, and quickly build a strong emotional bond. Nathan Sterling, let's go out for dinner tonight?
Appointment?
You can understand it this way.
Okay.
After we meet with the store manager, we will go to Chang'an Group to meet the client. All right. Counselor Carter, you know Grace Hayes, Julian's sister, is my best friend, right? I know. What's wrong? Grace Hayes told me that a few days ago, Olivia found out Mr. Hayes once ordered wedding rings for you two. She claimed he must have had feelings for you, accused you both of lying to her, and started a fight with him. Even for a simple wedding ring, you have to make such a big fuss? Exactly. Everyone in the circle knows she was one who begged you to give up your fiancé. Even if you and Mr. Hayes had feelings for each other, that would be normal. To put it bluntly, she was the other woman. Now she is Mrs. Hayes, and she is picking fights with him over his past with you. The entire Hayes family is fed up with Olivia. Julian Hayes and I are the same type of people. We see each other as we see ourselves, and there's no room for any romantic feelings between us. Olivia Whitner was really overthinking things. She's just causing unnecessary trouble and damaging the newly established marital relationship. Exactly. Back then, Olivia swore that as long as she could marry Mr. Hayes, she would not demand his love or interfere in his private life. Being his wife was enough, and after that, Ings did fulfill his duties as a husband. Respectful, considerate, and attentive. But Olivia got carried away. She decided he had fallen for her and started making demands. Constantly dragging up your old engagement with him, picking fights, running back to her parents, threatening separation. Alliances between powerful families often involve financial interests. Yet Julian Hayes was willing to accommodate Olivia Whipsman for the sake of his company. Mr. Hayes is honestly a decent man. Oh, right. Grace Hayes said Olivia plans to buy the place next door to you. Has she lost her mind? I think she has lost it too. Counselor Carter, of course you would care that Mr. Sterling was once engaged to Olivia, and Mr. Sterling would care that you were once engaged to Mr. Hayes. Olivia is always jealous of your past with Mr. Hayes. If she really moves next door, both families will be in chaos. Evelyn, what a coincidence. Since we happened to meet by chance, I'd like to talk to you about something. Okay. I'll go to the bathroom first. What's up? I heard you planned to buy a house next to my house. That is the plan. Don't buy from the store next door to mine. Whereby? You don't mind your husband seeing my former fiancé every day? I, however, do mind that he sees you every day. How can you live such a good life when it's all just rushed marriages without any emotional foundation? I just like the great location there. So you really have to be my neighbor? Yes. I'll give Julian Hayes the wedding apartment you prepared when you and Nathan Sterling were engaged. When your husband sees this place, he'll be reminded that his wife once had plans to marry someone else. That way, while he won't receive your love, he'll get his suspicion and disapproval.
Do you dare?
I have no objection to using this mutually destructive approach to prevent you from making a mistake. You threaten me? Since you don't want to live a proper life, I'll accommodate you.
You didn't forget the evening date, did you?
No, I've already booked the dining room.
Okay. See you tonight.
How about it? Have you thought it through?
I'm not buying it, and you shouldn't try to pull any tricks in front of Julian either. Don't appear in front of my husband.
You truly live up to your reputation as our outstanding lawyer at Soochow University. If it weren't for Olivia Webson deliberately causing trouble, I wouldn't have bothered to even acknowledge her. Evelyn Carter, just wait. It'll always be possible for me to turn the situation around.
Attorney Carter?
Miss Harper.
Are you here for dinner with friends?
With my husband.
Oh. What was your experience with my box of condoms? As it's a newly released product, we are currently conducting market research. If you have any feedback, please feel free to share your opinions, Attorney Carter.
I'll go back and ask him.
Also, since you're not the user, how can you have any first-hand experience?
No wonder he runs a huge business. He can say things like that without blinking.
If it's out of stock, just let me know, and I'll arrange for someone to send it to you.
Then thank you, Miss Harper.
What is send?
Is this Counselor Carter's husband? You are indeed very generous, and you are a perfect match. I won't interrupt your couple's date. Goodbye. Do not forget to ask him about the experience.
How long have you been here?
Just arrived. That box from last time was from Mrs. Harper?
You just arrived and didn't hear anything, did you?
Experience?
Let's eat. I'm hungry.
If you need it, I'd be happy to share my experience.
Order your food first.
So how do you feel? I think it's quite good. To be more specific, since I've never used any other products before, I don't have a point of comparison and therefore cannot give a definitive opinion. You can provide feedback to your customer this way.
Is this really how old school mans think? Don't you see how embarrassed I am?
Evelyn Carter? Date gift.
Wasn't Mr. Sterling actually not as rigid and boring as people say?
Perfect for you.
It's very beautiful. Thank you, Mr. Sterling.
Just like you like it.
Sorry, sir. Thanks to you, otherwise things would have been different.
Is everything okay?
He was originally doing it to protect me.
Sorry, please do not complain about me.
No problem. Just be more careful next time. It's intentionally cooked to a medium rep degree. Feel free to eat it.
It seems like marrying him would be quite a good choice.
It seems that being a lawyer isn't an easy job either. Work experience, all cases I have handled have been successful. Outstanding.
Sorry for the delay due to a busy work schedule. I'll cover the cost of this meal.
Even the most outstanding individuals have a softer side. Did I bother you?
No, I woke up on my own. What time is it?
It's 12 o'clock.
You go to bed first. I'll take a shower.
Well, drink a glass of honey water before bed. She didn't bring her pajamas.
I forgot my pajamas.
The nightgown is on the bed.
So why didn't you remind me just now?
The next time you don't bring any clothes, just let me know and I'll help you carry them.
Okay. They deliberately didn't remind me that I didn't have pajamas with me. It turns out that Nathan Sterling also has a rather mysterious and intrinsic personality.
Do you want to drink alcohol?
Bedroom dress, book, red wine, reading from a script that truly reflects Mr. Sterling personality. You afraid of being choked?
I won't feed you this time.
Are you not tired?
Not tired.
I just said this morning that one shouldn't indulge in excessive pleasure.
This is pleasure, not indulgent in lust.
It's almost 4 o'clock.
And one last thing.
Maybe I should change my posture. I don't have much strength left. Don't laugh.
This time, it's your turn.
Okay. This is the moment I take control. Morning.
This weekend, you can sleep a bit longer.
I need to go see my agent today, so I have to get up right away.
Then I'll have my assistant drive you there.
Okay.
Next time, I'll exercise self-control.
I'm doing fine. We're evenly matched in this match. Truly a close contest.
Who would have believed that today was actually the weekend?
Show the spirit of dedicating yourself wholeheartedly.
Attorney Carter, you must be quite tired from your recent wedding, right?
Did you know? Your face clearly shows signs of excessive indulgence and pleasure. I'm exhausted from working overtime. Yes, working overtime is really exhausting.
Julian, know that I tinsliously cook for the soup. He would surely be to deeply Jame.
If you had told me earlier that you and Evelyn had no real feelings for each other and that your engagement was merely a formality to please your elders, I wouldn't have chosen to leave the country.
Sorry, I didn't know you liked Evelyn.
Does Owen Blackwood actually like Evelyn Carter?
Why didn't you inform me when Evelyn was about to get married? Now I can only watch her marry someone else with absolutely no chance of success. Julian Hayes, what kind of brother are you?
I'm sorry.
On what grounds did you hit him?
I'm sorry, Owen.
Julian Hayes, he hit you, and you still apologize?
This isn't your place. You should go out.
Can't you still forget Evelyn Carter?
Go out!
Since Evelyn Carter appeared, everything that belonged to me has been devoted to her. Even my mother's love was given to her. Now there's another person, Owen Blackwood, trying to compete with you for attention. Evelyn, how can you live better than me?
As soon as Owen Blackwood came home, he beat my husband because of you.
What do you mean?
Nathan, could we meet on Friday? I have some company-related matters I would like to discuss with you.
Sure, but I need to ask Evelyn Carter.
Okay. Thank you, Nathan.
Just now, Olivia Widsman asked me to meet and inquired about matters related to the company.
Has she changed her gender and is now determined to build a successful career? That's fine too, so I don't have to spend the whole day trying to find problems for myself or Julian Hayes.
Don't you agree?
Not approved.
Okay. How could she completely ignore my request to meet Olivia Wibson?
Was Ms. Whitman the one who arranged this meeting with you alone?
Well, I just called Evelyn Carter, and she agreed as well.
The CEO has really changed. He's completely different now that he has a wife to manage. Back in the day, he wouldn't have thought about such things at all.
Do you think she's controlling me?
Indeed, one only takes care of someone they truly love. When the Chiefers itinerary to CEA and exemplar husbandful.
Love? I never imagined that I would ever use this with her.
Mr. Sterling, I don't know how to love, nor do you expect my husband to love me.
The first time I met her, she said she didn't know how to love. By that time, you and your wife had been married for half a year. Given your exceptional qualities, there was no reason why she wouldn't love you as the president. Is that right? Definitely.
Ose, she really fallen in love with me?
Boss, do you still want to pour it?
Continue.
You got a 0 score for the fight-related test. You insolent son, get out of here. I'm not your father.
The day you betrayed me with your mistress and caused my mother to jump from a building,
Get out!
I knew deep down that I was no longer your son.
Owen, it's freezing outside. Stay at my place for a few days.
From childhood until adulthood, you've always been there for me whenever I was in trouble. Holding my hand, walking ahead of me, shielding me from the cold wind.
Why am I always one step behind? I can't bear to let this go. I really want to take Evelyn away, lock her up and make her mine forever!
I almost forgot about it, but fortunately I set an alarm. Owen.
Good evening, Kong. It's been a long time since we last saw each other.
Those two are in the private room. As you instructed, the medicine has already been added to the wine.
Do well. Evelyn Carter. Just wait to lose everything.
What questions should I ask about the company?
I'm not concerned about the company's affairs. I'm worried about Evelyn Carter's situation.
What's up?
Nathan, do you know Owen Blackwood?
I don't know him.
Not long ago, he beat my husband.
What exactly do you want to talk about with me?
Owen Blackwood, Evelyn Carter, and Julian were childhood friends. Owen had loved Evelyn Carter for many years. During his senior year of university, he provided her with lunch meals every day for a full year. However, due to Evelyn Carter's engagement to Julie at the time, he had no choice but to let go.
My wife is truly outstanding, so it's only natural that someone would pursue her.
This isn't just some casual gesture. It's a year-long commitment to delivering meals regardless of weather conditions, a true expression of friendship.
After delivering meals for a whole year, even a turtle would have reached the finish line by now. In my opinion, he's merely a failed pursuer who poses no real threat whatsoever.
Why can Evelyn earn his trust and support, while Julian fails to provide me even a shred of security?
Are there any other matters?
What if Evelyn met privately with Owen Blackwood without your knowledge? I can't sit still anymore. Sit still anymore.
Do you know what this behavior is called?
What?
Spreading rumors and causing trouble? With just those words of yours, I can send you to prison.
Don't believe me? In the private room right behind you, Evelyn Carter and Owen Blackwood were having dinner together. I bet she definitely didn't tell you about it, did she? If she really was so innocent, why has she never mentioned Owen Blackwood to you? Don't you wonder what the two of them are doing in that private room? Nathan, believe me once. Behind that door, you'll witness a scene that completely defies your imagination. Evelyn Carter, you're about to ruin your entire reputation. How can this happen? Why are there so many people? Drug added to alcohol? Olivia Webster is definitely up to something?
It turned out to be the son of Victor Blackwood from Blackwood Realty.
Is this the husband from that last-minute rushed marriage? I don't think it's that great either.
How? Didn't see the image you were satisfied with? I don't know what you're talking about. I came to have dinner with Nathan. I didn't mean to. Have they ever held hands like this before? No, Evelyn, why are you upset? It was you who approved their meeting. You are having dinner alone with my mentor's husband? You two were once engaged, and now you are meeting alone in broad daylight? I am sending this to my best friend Grace Hayes right now so we can see what Julian has to say. No, that's not it! Looks to me like you still have feelings for my mentor's husband. If Julian finds out, this could end in divorce. I came here to find someone, but I've come to the wrong place. You brought my mentor's husband here to catch them cheating, didn't you? I didn't.
It was Livia's Olivia Winmat who caught them in the act. It wasn't me.
All right, Vivi, stop being silly. After all that fuss, I definitely won't get to eat anything. Shall we sit down and have some time together?
Okay.
I'm leaving first.
Is this the customer you mentioned?
Yes, Owen Blackwood, along with Julian Hayes and me, we grew up together as a family. We went abroad to pursue our careers 2 years ago and only recently came home. Today, Owen and I had transitioned from civil litigation to non-litigation Wen, who specialize in handling such cases at our firm. Nathan Sterling, my husband.
So this is Mr. Sterling. He truly appears very composed and experienced.
Is he calling me old? Thank you, Mr. Blackwood, for your previous care of my wife.
Mr. Sterling's gratitude to me, such a gesture is beyond my ability to repay. We've been childhood friends since we were kids, and I've always regarded Evelyn as my most cherished younger sister. Taking care of her is something deeply ingrained in me. It's something I do voluntarily.
Is that right?
Mr. Blackwood, Attorney Chin is a seasoned expert in this field with extensive experience. For any questions going forward, please feel free to consult him directly.
Yes, Mr. Blackwood. Just contact me directly.
Okay. I heard Olivia Wetson say that you beat Julian Hayes because of Evelyn Carter?
How could he possibly think that way? Mr. Blackwood just explained it. It was a minor work dispute and had nothing to do with Counselor Carter. Mr. Sterling, please do not misunderstand.
Is that right?
Yes. If Evelyn knew how I feel about her, she wouldn't associate with me anymore.
All right, we've finished our work-related discussions. Shall we have dinner? So, did he ever have any special feelings for Olivia Wibson before?
Could it be that she truly never developed any feelings for Owen Blackhound, who'd been peeking herd feelers every year?
Why am I paying so much attention?
CEO, it's already quitting time. Are you going back to the office? Return to the mansion. Yes.
I don't want to live with suspicion. I need to get the facts straight.
Are your feelings for Owen really just brotherly affection?
Yes.
Okay.
As for you, have you ever experienced any particularly intense emotional moments towards Olivia Whitson?
Not have. Not a single moment has passed.
All right, then. Just now, when I saw her holding your hand so naturally, I thought you used to be this intimate with each other all the time.
If you mind, I won't wear this garment again. Mark Lewis, please help Deb destroy it shortly. Yes. Ma'am, I can vouch for this. The CEO has only ever been this intimate with you. Whenever he had even the slightest contact with someone of the opposite sex, he would suffer from a severe cleanliness obsession and take several baths. What is this?
My reply? Dark red. I think it suits you perfectly.
Because there's also a hint of subtle allure within that air of elegance. Why do you think dark red suits me?
There's no reason.
Put it on me.
Look, it suits you perfectly. What does Mr. Sterling do?
Let's go fishing in Aspen Ridge this Friday.
Fishing, that's definitely a traditional hobby for someone as old school as you.
Do you think I'm too old school?
What do you think?
Then let's do it again. Can you answer me again about whether I'm too old school?
Wait a minute. I have an appointment with a client on Friday, and I probably need to work overtime this weekend too. What about next weekend? Is that okay?
It's up to you.
Why? After all, I met you first. Evelyn.
Owen Blackhood, you're not satisfied. What's the point of just drinking here? Back then, you acted meekly, pretending to let go effortlessly, but in the end, Evelyn neither married Julian Hayes nor chose any older man for marriage. If you'd taken the initiative, she might have had 2 children by now.
If someone tries to add insult to injury, just back off.
I'm here to help you.
What do you mean?
These days, you can get married or divorced, as long as you've had sex with Evelyn. This explosive scene was even witnessed firsthand by Nathan Sterling. Do you think their marriage can continue?
Did you ask me to apply medication to Evelyn?
It's always better to be direct when doing anything.
Why have you been causing trouble for Evelyn so many times? Was it all because of Julian Hayes?
Yes, but I'm also helping you. If you don't take the initiative now, it could be too late. But really, there's not even a single chance left.
As long as you are happy, I would willingly remain invisible forever. Evening chill, evening reflection. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters to me. I could spend my whole life never telling you how much I love you.
Should you be a petty person or a noble one? Don't you already know the outcome?
As long as she's happy, you might as well not waste your effort. I won't disrupt the peaceful life Evelyn has now.
Happiness? You wouldn't think Evelyn Carter would end up marrying into an elite family and living a comfortable life, would you?
What do you mean?
Don't you know what happened between them?
Say it quickly!
Evelyn Carter and Nathan Steeling entered into a rushed marriage without any emotional foundation. Initially, Nathan Steeling agreed to the engagement exchange only because he had Evelyn Carter signed a contract stipulating that she cannot interfere his private life. Specifically, she was required 6 months of resigns and return to their Asheville home in Aspen Ridge to a house. The Sterling family was a scholarly household with strict traditions requiring daily morning and evening rituals. At that time, Evelyn Carter likely agreed out of concern for the family's property. After marriage, Nathan Sterling frequently stayed away from home, claiming he was on business trips when in reality he was taking female subordinates out for leisure activities.
Nathan Sterling actually dared to ignore Evelyn?
This time I trim Babrian like they're through Haka come. You're expected, it caught the hook.
I thought she was doing well.
Well, all I want is for Evelyn Carter to shed the title of Mrs. Sterling. I don't want her status in the elite married women's circle to surpass mine, so naturally I'd prefer she gets divorced and be with you. Moreover, what you perceive as silent indulgent means nothing to her at all. How about it? Should we cooperate? You're helping her escape her suffering. By being with you, won't you be able to give her all your love? She'll be happy for life.
If Evelyn could marry an old man she'd never met, why shouldn't it be me? I'd love her more than he does. Give her respect and freedom.
Yes. So, let's cooperate. Owen.
How could you get so excited just hearing about that major case involving a billionaire?
As Owen explained regarding non-litigation cases involving millions in claims, one must act swiftly, like riding a wind and fire wheel, and arrive promptly.
You'll be satisfied with today's case.
Your wife is at the Riverton Tell with Owen Blackwood behind your back.
Come drive to Riverton Hotel. As the night deepens, you belong to me.
Evelyn Carter!
How can this happen?
I haven't been drunk from the very beginning.
How could you be back so quickly? Isn't this supposed to be a gift sent back to Owen Blackhound?
I accidentally heard he collaborated with Olivia Wetzman, planning to administer drugs to me.
He dare.
This...
Did you already know this was a trap?
Yes. Nathan Sterling and I staged this performance solely to ensure that Olivia Wetzman, the mastermind behind it all, would be caught red-handed.
Owen, you have really disappointed me. Sorry, but as your wife said, happiness must be earned through one's own efforts.
Old husband.
As a family with a century-long tradition of scholarly excellence, the Hayes family would never accept someone with malicious intentions. Divorce.
No, I won't leave! Julian, listen to my explanation!
What a creep. If I hadn't gone abroad back then, would you have been able to marry Evelyn at such a favor, please? Even if you don't go abroad, Evelyn Carter won't choose you.
No way! We've been childhood friends since we were kids!
Let me say something to you at night.
Since you were willing to marry this stranger on a spur-of-the-moment basis, if it were me pursuing you, you'll definitely agree, right?
I do not know Owen Blacker. In life, there are no what-ifs. In the future, we might not even be able to maintain a friendship with Owen Blackhound. Have you ever considered such an outcome?
I love you so much. I really love you.
He doesn't love you at all! And yet you're unhappy living with him?
What on earth did Olivia Whitman say to you?
No matter what she says, it's all a lie. I'm completely satisfied with my marriage. We're living a very happy life. As for love, it never was something I pursued.
Evening reflection. Give me one more chance. I can give you all my love. I don't expect you to love me in return. I simply want to treat you well and be with you.
Owen Blackhood, please come to your senses. I'm already married.
Once it's settled, you can part ways!
I will never divorce Evelyn Carter in my lifetime. Just give up on that idea.
Is he really that certain?
How? Isn't that exactly what you're thinking?
Absolutely. Never get divorced in my lifetime.
All mistakes are mistakes.
From now on, we shall never meet again. Please vanished from my world, Owen Blackwood. Mr. and Mrs., have you eaten? Do you need to prepare any food?
Evie, are you hungry?
I'm not hungry. I'm a bit tired today, so I'll go wash up and rest.
Okay.
Mom.
Evie, after work tomorrow, would you like to go home for dinner with Nathan Sterling? Mom has prepared a few dishes. Why don't you try them and see if they suit your taste?
Okay, Nathan Sterling and I will go there tomorrow evening.
Great. Mom and Dad are waiting for you.
Okay. We've made an appointment. Let's go together tomorrow evening.
Okay.
Why do people change as they grow up? Back then, we were so innocent. Perhaps this is the price of growing up. Owen Blackfield, our bond ends here.
Because of what happened to Owen Blackwood, you're so depressed. Do you really have no feelings for him at all? Or rather, do I now exist within your heart?
Get out! Get out! Owen Blackwood. The three of us have been close friends since we were kids. Have you forgotten?
What kind of friend are you? Do you even know how crazy I am in love with Evelyn? Yet you haven't married her, she has married anyone. And you've ended up benefited Nathan Sterling.
Have you still not realized that you're wrong? Are you just blaming others without thinking for yourself?
I know it's wrong, but I want to get one for myself.
My husband, I was really wrong. Please forgive me.
If you could simply fulfill your duties as Mrs. Hayes honestly and responsibly for the benefit of both families, I'd tolerate your princess-like behavior. Yet you've repeatedly caused trouble for me at work. And now you've even joined forces with my close friend to target my sister, with whom I grew up together? Olivia Wetman, I really sometimes can't tell whether you're truly bad or just simply foolish.
I love you so much. I thought that throughout our marriage, you really liked me. We had a disagreement because I thought you liked me and would accommodate my requests.
My kindness and care towards you stems solely from a husband's duty, not out of love. You're overthinking it. Previously, I endured everything for the benefit of both companies. Now, I don't want to put up with it all.
No, I really know I was wrong.
It's all completely chaotic.
What a mess!
Stop bothering me. Let's end this relationship here.
Evelyn, I know I was wrong. Evelyn!
Remove him from there. Don't let his wife see him.
Yes.
It's finally here.
Does it? The divorce case involving the Bennett family in Aspen Ridge was personally entrusted by Martin Bennett's wife, and senior partner Harper assigned us this case. Martin Bennett, the wealthiest man in Aspen Ridge, and Ms. Young were once the golden couple of an elite family alliance, the model marriage everyone admired. Then Martin Bennett's mistresses started fighting online, exposing his affairs and the illegitimate children he had with them. High society was stunned. Ms. Young sued Martin Bennett for divorce and division of assets, and you have the honor of representing her. Next, we have some work to do. My plan to go fishing in Aspen Ridge with Nathan Sterling this Saturday has once again fallen through. Senior partner Harper said you need to set Aspen Ridge this Saturday to meet Miss Young. This Saturday? We need to file the motion by Friday. This just came in from opposing counsel. Hazo knows exactly.
Evie, I have a brief meeting in 10 minutes.
If
If you leave work early, feel free to come and wait for me at the office.
Okay, I'll wait for you. By the way, I have a business trip to Aspen Ridge this Saturday. Would you like to come with me? You can go fishing while I work.
All right, we'll follow your instructions. Ma'am, the CEO is still in a meeting. I'll take you to the reception room to wait for him.
Then I'll hang up. See you later.
This Saturday, my wife and I are going to Aspen Ridge. Please make all the arrangements accordingly.
Yes. Ma'am, please take your seat. The secretariat is right next door. Just let me know if you need anything.
Thank you. Go ahead and do your thing. What about Mr. Sterling?
Miss Moore, Mr. Sterling is in a meeting. Do you need something?
I just returned from a business trip and need to report the situation to CEO Sterling. How long will his meeting last?
About half an hour.
Then let's wait for CEO Sterling to conclude the meeting. Who are you? My name is Evelyn Carter. I am an attorney at Harrington and Lowe. Are you waiting for Mr. Sterling too? At last. Mrs. Moore, your necklace is beautiful. It's actually quite good. I heard CEO Sterling personally selected it for you. What the hell are you talking about? Everyone at the company knows Mr. Sterling personally promoted Mrs. Moore and trusts her more than anyone. With just this mouth of yours, you can say,
Mrs. Moore, you are back. Is this the diamond necklace Mr. Sterling gave you during your last business trip together? That must cost at least tens of millions, right?
It's about 10 million, I think. My God, Mr. Sterling really treats Ms. Moore differently.
If Mrs. Moore marries and is into an elite family, do not forget us.
What should I say? Say, there are still guests here. Mrs. Carter, your bracelet is very beautiful. Not too bad. I never expected being a lawyer to be so well paid. You can simply wear it a bracelet worth tens of million at Lee. Miss Moore's necklace is not cheap either. It's only about 15 million. This is the first I've worn such expensive jewelry. Was it from Miss Moore's boyfriend? I don't have a boyfriend yet, but he was definitely given to me by someone else. Oh my. Looks like Mr. Sterling is about to become Miss Moore's boyfriend. You know what I mean, right? What's Attorney Carter smiling about? I was laughing because Mrs. Moore was lying. That necklace was not from Mr. Sterling. Attorney Carter is so impolite.
Exactly. Where did this little lawyer come from with no sense at all? Everyone at the company knows what Mrs. Moore and Mr. Sterling are each other.
Is that right?
Ma'am, CEO Sterling has just finished the meeting.
Mark Lewis, who is this?
Mr. Sterling's wife. Is CEO Sterling married? Mark Lewis confirmed it. How could it be fake?
Oh my God, what should I do? It turned out to be the lady. Mark Lewis? Mrs. Moore just said the necklace around her neck was from Nathan Sterling and that Nathan is pursuing her. Is that true?
What? That's not true, madam!
I didn't buy it. What are you talking about? Who bought you the necklace?
Mr. Sterling, I didn't say anything. These are all just their baseless speculations.
Mrs. Moore was the one who started claiming you gave it to her during that business trip?
Yes, she didn't deny it, so we assumed it was true.
I really didn't say anything. You said nothing, yet your ambiguous attitude led everyone in the company to believe you had gained access to the CEO and was leveraging his influence.
Everyone, go out.
I am sorry, ma'am. This is my fault. I should have explained sooner instead of letting the rumors spread.
You believe me. I really don't have it.
Of course I believe in you. Any sensible boss would never engage in an extramarital affair with a subordinate right after marriage, unless they're completely insane.
You are fired.
Mr. Sterling, please listen to my explanation. Miss Sterling, I was wrong. Mr. Sterling is still very popular.
My wife and I are each other.
What to do?
For the primary card, when I use the secondary card to make purchases, all transactions will be recorded on your end, preventing similar issues from occurring in the future.
I don't have that strong desire for control either.
Believe me, then I'll have to give you my stance.
Don't you mind if I spend your money recklessly?
As knitter to me of merrily, I'd attorney Carter, but I understand better with it.
Okay, then I'll accept my husband's little treasure din.
We're leaving for dinner at your mother's place now.
Eat more. Your father's company is having a gathering, and he'll return home with a delicious meal to join us for dinner. Thank you.
Yummy.
Let's just adjust it to your taste.
What's wrong with this? This is all your fault. Julian is determined to divorce me now. Are you satisfied?
I know exactly what's going on here. How long have you been married? And already you've had several disputes.
You need to know the consequences before you do anything wrong.
I didn't do anything. I have no idea what you're talking about. If it weren't for you, Julian wouldn't have argued with me. Mom, you have to make decisions for—
Olivia Whitman, you and Evelyn Carter have already exchanged spouses. If you wish to express your feelings, you may go to the Carter family to see your birth parents. This is Evelyn Carter's home.
Understood. Nathan Sterling is right. Otherwise, you should go back.
Mom, did you force me to leave for her sake? Even though I'm not your biological child, I was raised by you!
Olivia, you've already had several arguments just 6 months after marrying Julian. If you truly want to build a happy life together, you shouldn't act so recklessness. Go ahead. When couples argue, they need to resolve it themselves. Talking to me won't help.
Mom, do you really not want me anymore?
As you know, your mother is Tang Jin, the head of the Carter family.
Are we really going to Aspen Ridge by taking this vehicle?
Yes, this way the lane is quiet and no one disturbs us.
Truly generous. It's still the big shots from Manhattan high society who can fly private jets on a whim.
To fasten.
You've already mentioned all those details. Why don't you just tie it on for me as well?
You're right. Do you need to sleep for a while?
It's rare to fly on a flight that's not for business purposes, and I don't feel like resting. Let's watch a movie instead.
Fine.
I regret choosing this movie. At first, I thought you were so pure to enjoy this kind of Western arts film. Well, this is, after all, a literary action film.
Let's try next time.
Don't like it. I don't want to try.
Last month, I lent the plane to a friend, and I had no idea he downloaded this kind of movie on it.
Your friend has quite a unique taste.
Otherwise, find some time to give it a try.
Mr. Sterling, you should review the document. Mr. Sterling is getting less proper by the day.
Brother, have you and your sister-in-law arrived?
Right away.
I've arranged fishing and barbecue activities. I'm waiting for you.
Okay.
I'll help you. Should a tie clip be used?
What do you think?
It's a bit flashy. After all, you're there just to go fishing. It's not about using a peacock display to attract fish.
Then don't wear it.
Cousin Nathan! Evelyn! I heard Evelyn is a lawyer?
Yes.
If Evelyn is a lawyer, she must be great at arguing. My older brother is rigid and quiet. Sometimes he barely says 3 words all day. If Evelyn argues with him, he probably just stands there and takes it.
Do you want to watch me argue with your brother?
True to her reputation as a lawyer, my sister-in-law managed to silence William Stanglin with just 1 sentence.
How has that guy Zach Sterling been lately?
Well, he was actually thrown in jail for getting into a fight not long ago. Now he's been sent away to learn how to farm.
Huh? Zach Starling again?
My own brother. All studying, no real-world work.
At this time of year, there's no work in the fields. Our family has a rather unconventional punishment system. When children or grandchildren make mistakes, they're not beaten or punished directly. Instead, they're sent to the fields to learn farming. If it happens during the autumn rice harvest, the penalty intensifies dramatically, leaving them utterly exhausted and emaciated.
Oh?
Let us observe a moment of silence for Zach Sterling. Amen.
Can you farm too?
No, I haven't been punished yet.
This is the perfect example of what a big sister can be.
I would actually like to see you do real work for once.
I've been waiting for this 27 years, ever since I was born.
So keep hoping.
Did I just see things wrong? Was Nathan Sterling really holding someone's hand?
Otherwise, wouldn't the person he's holding be someone else?
Not being blind, he led his wife along.
Wasn't about a marriage alliance. It just up for Massley. Why can't I take the initiative?
The elderly man with traditional demeanor, take Refolden, has presented skinniest thing.
Could there be any other hidden motives behind Nathan's marriage arrangement? Don't ask me. I'm more curious than you. Even my old school older brother is in love, and I am still single.
Tomorrow I need to meet my client, Miss Young. That's Mrs. Bennett.
Are you referring to the Bennett family?
Yes, I am the attorney representing Miss Young in her divorce case.
Next door is a riding arena owned by the Bennett family. Its owner is Martin Bennett's younger brother.
So when I return tomorrow, shall we go there and ride horses?
Do you want to gather information about the other party?
Guess what? Is there a fish coming up?
Is this what you're looking for?
Accidentally.
You have talent.
Although I'm narcissistic, I haven't gone that far yet. It was just a coincidence.
My sister-in-law has ridiculous binner's luck. My brother has never caught a single fish in this pond, and she caught one as soon as she arrived. One has amazing luck, the other has terrible luck. A perfect match.
Have you never caught any fish here before? Don't you claim to be a fishing enthusiast with extensive experience?
Just because I love fishing doesn't mean I'll actually catch any fish.
That actually makes some sense.
I'm really lucky.
Brother, this is taken from the old house. I'm giving it to you.
Thank you for making the trip.
The mansion also has red wine. Why do you insist I bring it from the old house?
Evelyn likes it. She and I used to drink this brand together. The Sterling house is almost out.
Oh, so you were planning to drink it with Evelyn.
What are you looking for?
No women's pajamas.
I called someone to have it delivered.
All right, don't bother anyone in the middle of the night. This material is quite good. It could even be used for pajamas.
I've worn this piece.
No wonder. The material is better than that of other softeners. Can I wear it?
Of course. Mark Lewis has always been meticulous. He even remembers to buy cosmetics, so how could he possibly forget his pajamas? She's missing a foot chain. Should I have some red wine?
Is he hinting that he wants to? I'm going to ride a horse tomorrow, so go to Beverly today.
Okay.
Is my case file still with him?
What should I take?
A book.
I'm giving it to you. Don't touch it.
Unexpected.
All told you not to move.
I have a horse bag tomorrow and also need to meet with clients. I can't take leave. There's no compromise here either.
Mark Lewis should have prepared.
How many are installed?
I don't know.
A pack of 6 won't do. Go to bed early. Good night.
Good night.
If I do it tonight, will I even be able to get up tomorrow? So exciting.
All right, we've already completed over 10 laps. Now it's time to rest. You can finally focus on your main task.
I hadn't gone to see him yet, but he came first.
I went fishing over there. You can come over when you're ready.
Okay.
Attorney Carter, I have long admired your great reputation.
Mr. Bennett, you are young and accomplished yourself.
I heard that Attorney Carter's team recently took on a new case.
Yes. Is Mr. Bennett your uncle?
The person Attorney Carter intends to sue is my second uncle.
It's not me who wants to sue him. It's my client who wants to sue him.
My sister-in-law serves as my second aunt's legal representative. If my second aunt decides to file a lot, wouldn't it ultimately be my sister-in-law who would take the legal action?
There is a big difference. Clearly, public legal education still has a long way to go. If you get the chance, Mr. Bennett, come sit in a lecture at Harrington Low and learn the difference between an attorney and a plaintiff.
At the heart of this matter are the family conflicts within the Bennett households. As an outsider who intervened, Attorney Carter need not about my second aunt withdrawing the lost or my senkel renning saling. However, you would be in a difficult position.
My profession is to solve problems for clients and protect their interests to the greatest extent. If Ms. Young chooses to get back together, I will respect her intention. As for being caught in the middle, I have no family or personal ties to Ms. Young. This is a professional relationship, so there is no need to consider that.
With so many law firms in New York, aren't you curious why my aunt chose the one where you work, Attorney Carter?
Because Ms. Young does not trust the New York lofts the Bennetts can influence. I am a Sterling daughter-in-law, and the Bennetts and Sterlings have long been business rivals in Aspen Ridge, so Miss Young does not have to worry about me being bought off by the Bennetts. Martin Bennett is the at-fault party in the divorce, and with a lawyer who cannot be bought, he is going to lose.
As far as I know, you and Nathan Sterling rushed into this marriage. Would the Sterling family really go to war with the Bennetts over you? There is 10 million in here. If you are smart, Attorney Carter, you will take it.
It seems the intelligence reports are accurate. Martin Bennett won't be able to sit idle any longer. With just this amount, we can get by with the beggar.
You! That's 10 million!
If Martin Bennett loses the lawsuit, the division of assets will begin at a minimum of $5 billion.
I strongly advise you not to refuse a toast and end up drinking as punishment. By provoking our Bennett family, you will surely survive and leave Aspen Ridge unscathed.
I'm so scared. Just because of those words you said, I can file a lawsuit against you. Behind me, besides the Sterling family, there's also the Witzman family, and at least the Carter family. I don't believe you dare make a move against me.
Did you agree so quickly?
Nothing to talk about.
The weather forecast predicts heavy rain in the afternoon. It looks like the rain is about to start falling.
Then what fish are you even trying to catch? Let's go.
Fortunately, we ran fast.
I was so thirsty from running that I went to get some water.
This cup of goat tea couldn't be for me, could it?
Yes.
I don't like goju berries.
Drinking a small amount is beneficial to health.
Don't you know how I'm feeling physically?
Is Mr. Staling flirting with a straight face?
I don't need to supplement.
Yes, you're in great health. It's just that I need to replay energy a bit.
It's raining. You probably won't be able to go out this afternoon. To rain.
No other way. Yamisa can only come tomorrow.
Should I have some red wine?
This guy always suggests red wine whenever he feels like doing something.
By staying indoors, you won't have to worry about being able to get out of bed.
How could he utter such an improper remark with a serious expression?
Go take a shower first. Then I tried out all those poses from that movie.
I'm going to the sweet washroom.
She didn't bring any pajamas either.
I forgot to bring my pajamas again. This time not even the bath towels are left.
Nathan Sterling, could you please bring me my pajamas?
Okay.
Do you like me wearing your clothes? Wait, let me take a call first.
Attorney Carter, the rain has stopped. Come over here now. I'll probably have to leave tomorrow.
It's really stopped. Of course, Miss Young, I am on my way. The rain stopped, and my client came to see me.
Attorney Carter, my second uncle would like to talk to you.
By the way, I'd also like to meet Mr. Bennett.
Are you Nathan Sterling's wife?
I am Miss Young's legal representative, Evelyn Carter.
I heard you came to Aspen Ridge this time to investigate me.
You're joking. I'm filing for divorce, not a criminal case. You haven't committed any crime. Why would I need to investigate you?
Did you find anything during this visit?
I did learn something. Mostly a pile of your romantic scandals.
Even if your husband comes, he wouldn't dare accuse me. He would only accuse me. You really have some courage.
My husband isn't a lawyer. He certainly does investigate the Bennett family's chant. But if you really want to attack, it's just a mask asking one question.
You're utterly arrogant. Seems you won't understand what kind of world this is until you've experienced some hardship self.
This is society governed by the rule of law.
Put away. Yes.
Is Mr. Bennett going to act like a lawless rogue?
Attorney Carter, stay here and clear your head. Think carefully about what should and should not do.
This is an illegal restriction of personal freedom to be criminally detained.
Owen Blackwood? How?
I followed you to Aspen Ridge, and upon seeing you being taken away by the Bennett family, feared for safety, so I burst in. Even late evening can be dangerous.
But didn't you even say who you were? How dare they attack you?
I said, I'm your intern, also a lawyer. The whole Bennett family now finds lawyers annoying and even beat me up. They threw me over there and locked me up with you.
Owen Blackwood, how come I didn't realize you were actually a fool?
If I hadn't said that, they wouldn't have brought me here to you. I'm afraid something might happen to you. I forgot that one of my legs is broken.
What?
I'm fine, so don't worry. Even late at night, you still care about me.
I'm kind-hearted because you acted foolishly, because I couldn't stand by and do nothing, and above all, because you were once my brother and my best friend. Owen Blackwood, whether in the past or the future, it's impossible for us to be together. Do you understand?
I don't want to understand.
First, immobilize the area with gauze, then proceed to St. Gabriel's Medical Center for bone reduction surgery.
I'll never get her again in this lifetime. Also calculated.
Lunatic!
Well, Attorney Carter, have you thought it through? Call my aunt now and tell her you are dropping the case. Then you and your lackey can leave. Otherwise, you will have to suffer a little. If you want to approach her, start by stepping over me first.
How dare you detain me on the Sterling family's territory? Aren't you afraid of them?
Nathan Sturg would never know who took you away.
So the Bennett family, not only did their head of household commit adultery by me during marriage, misappropriate assets, but they also engage in legal activities such as kidnapping, murder, and robbery?
Indeed, in Aspen Ridge, the Bennett family reigns supreme. What judicial authority would dare to challenge us?
After being stuck for those 3 hours, I finally heard what I wanted.
What do you mean?
Which means the entire Bennett family is complete fools.
We are the federal task force. We have received reports indicating that organized criminals are attempting to embezzle public funds. Daniel Bennett, you have been arrested.
Comrades, it was all a misunderstanding.
We have obtained both your recent recording and the video evidence of the unlawful detention.
The necklace contains a pinhole camera, and the bracelet is a GPS tracker.
Long before arriving in Aspen Ridge, I had analyzed your situation with Miss Young. By setting up this scheme, Martin Bennett aimed to eliminate his former partner in order to avoid dividing the assets. How could Ms. Young possibly comply with his demands? Miss Young, thank you for flying all the way from Aston Ridge.
Sit.
Thank you, Mr. Sterling. Miss Young, those injuries on your face, was it Martin Bennett? Yes. He secretly orchestrated numerous seemingly accidental events, believing I was unaware of them.
The Bennett family has been involved in organized crime activities in Aspen Ridge for many years. Stopping them requires intervention from higher authorities.
I've received intelligence the federal task force is conducting an undercover investigation, though the location hasn't been determined yet. We can first file a report and then stage a demonstration for their inspection team to see. I just want a divorce, but he wants my life! Martin Bennett, I'm gonna make you spend the rest of your life prison!
So this was all something you designed?
My wife works in the legal profession and is affectionately nicknamed the Legal Rose. Over her many years in practice, she has never lost a single case.
Before I met you, I had also called Nathan Sterling. This time I owe you something. Who cares? I'm doing all this just for Evelyn.
Owen Blackgood, enough.
Bitch! You two scumbags, you and Lin Min, dare to ambush me! I want you off! Our Bennett family in Aspen Ridge won't fall apart so easily. Just wait for me.
Take him to Cornyn Hospital.
With just a little pressure, his leg broke.
Rehabilitation for muscle and bone injuries requires approximately 100 days. Bed rest with adequate recuperation is sufficient.
Thank you, doctor.
Who among you can come with me to get the report? I'll go.
Do you need help? Would you like to hear about Evelyn's childhood? When I was 8 or 9 years old, I experienced psychological abuse. What?
No way! Do you really want to bring your illegitimate daughter here to live with us? I would never agree to that, even at the cost of my life.
Once Shishi moves in, she can also live with Evie as a companion.
You shameless! The illegitimate daughter also takes the same as my daughter. That smelly bitch is deliberately responding to me. Robert Carter, you still have a conscience.
I never wanted to be with you in the first place. Since you refused to let Shishi live here, let's divorce!
Impossible! Don't even think about it! If you dare leave, I'll kill her and then commit suicide!
Let go of Avery! You crazy woman!
Evelyn grew up in a family plagued by infidelity. Mrs. Carter neglected her duties as a parent and spent her days solely pursuing Evelyn to catch her cheating partners. In such an environment, she never craved familial affection and grew up strong and cheerful on her own. The joy Olivia Witzman enjoyed should have belonged to Evelyn, while those difficult days shouldn't have been borne by her alone. Having been sensible since childhood, she knew her family's circumstances were dire, yet never forgot to comfort me, my neighbor and elder brother, urging me not to give up on life. It is like a sunflower that blooms even in the mud, passionate and ever striving upward. I had only heard that the Carter couple had lived apart for many years, and I always assumed Evie had grown up smoothly within the Carter family. From her student days through to her career, Evelyn's success was entirely due to her own efforts. The Carter family merely financial support and never offered any formal guidance. She grew up on her own, facing numerous challenges along the way. Since you know her family of origin has never been happy, why are you now trying to ruin her marriage, which she's finally managed to stabilize? I just want to get one chance for myself. But I just made a mistake. You've actually realized it. Nathan Sternly, if you marry her, love her deeply and treat her well. Otherwise, I'll come back to take her from you. You don't have this opportunity. Do you think you like Evelyn? If it were 6 months ago, I would have said I didn't love her. But now, I know exactly what place she holds in my heart. Good evening. Goodbye.
Mrs. Grant, do you not even call your mother anymore?
During the weighing-in ceremony, both families agreed that they would nonzer have any other kachach.
Don't bring up these unnecessary topics. I came specifically to see you today.
What's wrong?
Find a place to sit and talk slowly. Olivia explained that because of your actions, her son-in-law wants to divorce her. What's wrong with you? Didn't I to keep your distance from Olivia and the others?
Didn't you ask her why she got divorced?
She said, so what? She's a simple-hearted person. Aren't you always getting tangled with Julian? She was just joking with you. Go and explain to Julian that the incident at Riverdale Hotel is entirely your doing and ask him to stop arguing with Olivia.
Mom. This is the last time I'll call you Mom. You never cared for me since I was little. I thought that in your heart no one mattered except your own husband. Why have you suddenly treated Olivia like a mother who loves her child? Even when she did something appropriate, you still tried to shield and protect her?
Just seeing you brings back memories of my terrible marriage, though I never participated in those events.
Looking at her makes me feel better, especially since she's my own biological daughter. I truly deserve to be tormented by you since childhood, used as a tool to bind my husband and our marriage. Now that's no longer necessary. Do you still treat me like trash?
This is simply a matter of fate. Without mutual consent, could you really marry into the Sterling family? I've heard your mother-in-law treats you very well.
As a mother, you showed me no affection, especially now. For Olivia Whitson's sake, you can't even distinguish between right and wrong. From now on, I will never meet any of you with the surname Carter again. Tell Olivia Whitson to take care of herself. Don't spend her days suffering in vain while blaming everything on fate or others.
You! How dare you defy me? Even though I'm not your biological mother, I've raised you with great care.
It was out of gratitude for your nurturing care that I agreed to meet you. But now all that gratitude has completely vanished.
Where have you been all afternoon?
I went to meet my adoptive mother. What to do?
You must not have eaten anything. I'll cook you some noodles.
Can you still cook?
I can't learn that on my own. In any household, someone has to know how to cook, right? Given your busy schedule, I'll take care of this task for you.
You work really hard too. I don't expect my husband to know how to cook.
But I really want to be that perfect husband who cooks for my wife. After all, my wife is so outstanding.
Has Mr. Sterling changed in nature? Why does Turan you been speaking sweet words?
These aren't sweet words. They're my promise to you.
What?
From now on, this home will be shared by two people. Through every meal and through all 4 seasons, our home will be warm and cozy, filled with lifelong happiness. So let's not dwell on the past, whether it's at your adoptive family's or your biological mother's home. If you want to visit, I'll accompany you. If not, we can simply stay together in our own little home. Okay?
The familial warmth I had never experienced growing up came from Nathan Sterling. Mr. Sterling, you saved us in Aspen Ridge before. I'd like to give you a gift as a token of my gratitude. Would you accept it?
Sure.
What do you want?
I like whatever you give me.
All right, then I'll give you what you want most.
What do you do?
Mr. Sterling, shall we wash together? Do you really want to tear this off with your own hands? Black, color, background, shirt?
Think.
Then do it yourself. Tear it apart.
Evie, there's something I haven't told you yet. You might not even know about it.
What?
I'm so fortunate to have met you and married you.
I'm the same, Mr. Sterling.
Let's try that action from the movie, huh?
You've gone bad, Mr. Sterling.